Now, in the lobby of the MGM Grand, just after midnight, I guess, or after the WrestleMania Night 2, when the camera should have been off after all the festivities that weekend, unfortunately, it wasn't for all of them. So let's get into this drop. TMZ, after WrestleMania Night 2, published what they call an exclusive video, but they got it from someone because I was able to find it without their print mark, but for their sake, I'll do it. So let's go over this footage. We'll start by just...
Sorry, man. Sorry, Punk. Sorry, Punk.
This footage shows CM Punk approaching a fan in the hotel lobby of the MGM Grand. The fan was filming Bayley and AJ Lee, Punk's wife. AJ Lee being Punk's wife and Bayley being one of CM Punk's friends. Here we go. Finally. Can I have the audio, please? Punk's wife, who was hugging in a public area of the lobby with Bayley. So anyway, and slap! What does the 5 hands say to the face? Slap! Anyway, if you guys don't know, you don't know. Anyway, Punk steps directly into the fan's space, slaps the phone out of their hand. Hotel security jumps in between both men almost immediately. Punk gives the fan a cold, ice in the veins type of stare, and the fan, as you would expect, runs off. He tries to apologize out loud, but he still runs off. That is what is on this video. You see, he says, "Sorry, Punk," and he walks away. Now, this was a whole weekend of, if, you know, Sean Saps pretty much asked a few wrestlers that were at Vegas, how was your weekend, or how was the security? And they said, "What's security?" So it's already been confirmed it's been a weird weekend when it comes to security. This probably became the icing that, or the something that broke the camel back, whatever that saying is. But now, there was this video, which people started saying, "Oh, this is uncalled for. Why would you do that? Blah, blah, blah." But then another video shows up, which is on the following day, TMZ drops another video. And this gives you the full picture. It was a follow-up with new footage moments before the incident that we already saw. The follow-up footage shows Bayley, whenever this decides to show up, and AJ Lee trying to escape into an elevator bank in the hotel lobby, actively looking for privacy from the fans. The fans follow them anyway. So as you can see, it looks very clearly here that she was surrounded by fans. CM Punk, as you can see right here, I'm pretty sure that's CM Punk. He's trying to back the fans away from from Lee and Bayley. While AJ, probably overwhelmed by the amount of fans, Bayley tries to embrace her as a friend and all that. But then you see people keep filming her, and Bayley's trying to make them go away. Bayley clearly saying, "Go away." And there you go. That's the smack that hurt. If CM Punk was trying to tame the fans away from them too, but then probably heard that, and then that's when the slap is, and then it connects back to the video we already saw. TMZ also spoke to this fan, and at this time he's staying anonymous, and he told them, and I'm quoting directly what he said. After this video drop, he said, "I want an apology. Shake my hand. I'm not going to sue him or put him in jail." He told that to TMZ, and he says he understands Punk's wasn't having a great weekend, so no lawsuit, no cops. He just wants an apology. He also sold his footage to TMZ though, because as you can see, I mean, the way these channels work, someone sold these footage because that was the follow-up video. The follow-up video, not the first video, is his. The follow-up video, which is this one right here, that shows her being them close up in his point of view until CM Punk obviously smacks the camera right here. So if you can see, right here comes Punk. That whole segment right here is the video that this guy did, right? He wants an apology. He apologized to Punk, but he still went forward with selling his footage, right? Let that marinate for a bit, guys. Seriously, because this is just going to be the continuation of this fan playlist we have. Now, I need you guys to pay some attention here because it gets more annoying after this. This is where a lot of people on the internet are running faster than the facts throughout this whole week. What is confirmed is that Punk slapped the phone out of the fan's hand. That's obviously in the video. We all know that, obviously. Bayley verbally told the fan, as you can see from his video, to go away. We didn't know about that. Like, Bayley asked for him to go away. And she lightly pushed the phone away before Punk arrived and slapped the living crap out of it. Now, that is in the TMZ follow-up footage that we saw. The fan follow AJ Lee and Bayley towards an elevator bank when they arrived, clearly trying to get in their space. What is not confirmed at this point, though, nobody has confirmed the phone was broken or smashed. Honestly, who gives a crap? I've seen multiple outlets at this point this past week commenting, calling it smash or not, whatever. Who cares? Now, nobody has confirmed exactly what Punk said to the fan because it's very unclear to see it in that video in the exchange after the slap. There are reports, there is speculation, but it's not confirmed, and we shouldn't go talking about it until it's clarified. We try to do our best to not say what ifs. I know it's hard when it comes to wrestling content, but for this incident, we'll just talk about what we know. Now, here's my take when it comes to all this. The incident happened, unfortunately, but the context matters, and we now have both of these videos. So let's talk about the contents. I want to ask you something when it comes to this. Is there a difference between filming a public figure in a public place and filming someone's private moment in a public place without their consent? Because that distinction is very important when it comes to this situation. AJ Lee and Bayley were not doing a public appearance at this point. Obviously, it's past WrestleMania. They were not at a signing table at a convention. They were not on stage performing. They were in a hotel lobby having a private moment, hugging, so on and so forth. A private moment and technically a public space, though. Now, Bayley physically pushed the phone away and verbally said to this guy to go away. The fan kept filming, though, even after saying that. Now, let me ask you something. When does I love this person's work become I feel entitled to access this person's body and private moments? Man, they went to an elevator bank to hide from them. The dude followed them to the elevator bank. He's filming two women who have both at this point signaled, and you can, if you're smart enough to read the room, that they want to be left alone. And then, for some reason, after all this been shown, questions were being debated online whether Punk went too far. Where in the hell does this make sense? Now, obviously, when it comes to some situations, two things can be true at the same time. I'm not saying Punk's method was perfect, but I am saying the context that preceded it is getting buried under that noise that some fans are doing. And that's not a great thing, because here's the part that should make everyone in this fandom at this point a little bit mad. Regardless how you feel about CM Punk, whether you like the man or not, whether you don't like how he talks or whatever, the Punk incident didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened at the end of a weekend where the security situation, as we already knew, at a WWE company hotel was, by multiple accounts already, completely broken, missed, nothing. What security, as some would say to Sean Saps? It's all there. Even Fightful Select, that WWE talent were raising concerns about the lack of security as early as Wednesday before WrestleMania. I believe that was, April 15th, which was 4 days before this incident happened. Now, why was it why? Because the company hotel is a major Las Vegas casino, is in a major Las Vegas. There's no way to restrict the fan access because the way Vegas works, all the lobbies are public. Fans were camping in the lobby. They were camping at the elevators, waiting to mob talent. What happened that weekend? Even Royce Keys had a confrontation with a fan who followed him around the hotel and wouldn't back off. Damian Priest had to physically step in for a female talent to get away from the group. All that group surrounding her. I don't know who it was, but it's indifferent. It was a talent. Maybe it was a staff person of WWE. And per the same report from Insider, this happened minutes before the Punk incident at the same hotel. So a lot of things were happening at the same time. This was one of many moments that night. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton were mobbed. A WWE referee apparently was nearly knocked over. And guys, Booker T even was followed into a bathroom by a fan. A prominent women's talent told Fightful, and I'm gonna quote this one directly. It's Vegas. We were effed from the beginning. WWE never actually prearranged good security. It's like they wait until crap happens. Then they do damage control or add security, which, as far as I know, they didn't. A former WWE champion told them, a lot of fans use their kids to get us to sign things. If we don't, they put phones in our faces and try to guilt trip us. They did it. We talked about that in a previous video, right? They tried to guilt trip Oba. They did it to Dominic as well. They said, don't forget who made you. Fuck out of here. That's the only curse I hopefully drop today. But it's hopefully the last time I get annoyed about this. But I'm sure we're going to have more events in the future about it. But anyway, one WWE staff member, and I kind of, this one's kind of hilarious, said, I think we should be allowed to super kick one annoying fan a day. The near unanimous sentiment from the locker room probably at this point is TKO and WWE need to either provide on-site security at major events or start paying for talent to source their own. Maybe do something like Ice Speed does when he does his IRL streams around the world. Give them money. Because if you're not going to do it for them, who will? Now add to this the WrestleCon context from Elena Black that we already covered. Which, shout out to you guys for watching that video. You guys destroyed that video. It's probably the most watched video I had for the past month. Much appreciated. I appreciate you guys liking how I covered it. Hopefully I can continue doing that type of level of work for you guys. But Elena Black publicly stated that she was essayed by a fan at WrestleCon in that video. And please check it out if you haven't. During that weekend. And that is confirmed by her own statement. Look at that. Where's Chef Maku's comment? Oh, do I not? That's probably why. There you go. Chef Maku says Jay Cargill had a quote about having children at airports with them in the middle of the night. Oh, did she? Do you have it by any chance? How's it going, Big Rudy? WrestleMania 42, guys, the weekend at least, was not, it didn't have one incident. It had multiple at this point. And it's become a pattern because even Drew McIntyre warned about it a previous year. Before WrestleMania 41, he again did it this year. Other wrestlers talked about it in non-WrestleMania events. It's just getting worse. And CM Punk's name is the only one most people are debating at this point when it came to that incident on early Monday night, I guess. When the system failure is where TKO and WWE should be getting the heat. Why are we debating about what CM Punk's actions is when it should be why TKO and WWE didn't provide the safety for their talent? Or even their staff. Now let's talk about the people calling for Punk's head, because guys, they showed up on the internet at least. Some of the same concerns of the internet that cheered when a wrestler set limits with a fan, that applauded when a talent said, don't approach me in public, are now acting like Punk's committed a federal crime in a hotel lobby at this point. They're all mad that he went too far, even though he's multiple times said it online. Don't approach the talent like that. Don't approach the talent. You think he's going to not double down when you're getting near his wife? The man's protective as hell. He loves his wife. You think he's not going to? Please. These are the same people who have been vocal about performer safety and consent and respecting talent as human beings. Are debating whether Punk owed this fan a different reaction after his wife and his friend were being followed to an elevator. Make that make sense at this point. Because now look. I don't know, man. Like, make it make sense. Seeing some of the counterpoint, one WWE wrestler said to Fightful and acknowledged they thought Punk should have handled things differently, specifically because of his history with past incidents. I'll give that argument its seat. It's fair to say a public figure in Punk's position has a higher burden to de-escalate because of his history. And if you don't know what they're talking about, is the incident in 2012 when he punched a fan while he was in the crowd. He punched, even though he shouldn't have punched a fan, he punched also the wrong fan. A fan pushed him while he was staring at the ring during a segment. A fan pushed him hard and he turned around and punched the wrong guy because the guy he punched was right in front of him, but the guy that pushed him was behind that guy that he punched. So they're all referring to that, and that's always going to be a unfortunate stem in his career forever. It's a real argument. I'm not dismissing it. But the cancellation energy isn't coming from that place. The cancellation energy is coming from people who wanted a reason to go after Punk, in my opinion. And they found a clip without the second clip and they ran with it. So as soon as the first clip showed up, everyone was giving him shit. Now let me ask you something. What is the actual line for fans? What is the actual line for fans at these events? Because if the line is you can't follow someone into an elevator bank after they pushed your phone away and said, leave me alone. If that's not a line, that's definitely a green light for harassment. And if the line is only enforced when a wrestler reacts to the harassment, if the fan gets sympathy and the wrestler gets canceled, we've got an incentive structure completely backwards. Bro Dave, how's it going? Here's the thing, WWE charges $300 to $900 or more per ticket. They should pay for security, period. Agreed with you guys. I mean, I don't know if you've been here, Bro Dave, but in a previous video I talked about during that week before WrestleMania, Khan went to a sports conference and he talked about the ticket prices, and the only reason they're charging more is to battle scalpers, apparently. So, okay, fine. Battle scalpers. Use the extra money you're getting as a surplus. And like you said, hire security. It should be. But you know what's going to happen? They are going to hire security. And then they're going to say, well, we now got to charge more. Watch. Wait till SummerSlam, I guess, at least. Let's see what happens at SummerSlam. If not, guarantee it for WrestleMania. And DMs. Jay Cargo says WrestleMania week was overwhelmingly amid hotel mobbing incidents. Jay Cargo says WrestleMania week was overwhelming amid hotel mobbing incidents. You know, when I first read this story, I thought people were actually getting like mugged. I misread it. I'm like, people are getting stolen. No, they meant actual mobbing. And her quote is, people don't see the dark side. This is a perfect quote from her. I'm going to put this somewhere else. I'm going to duplicate this because I want the picture of her because she deserves her flowers for saying this. So she quoted on Ringside News, or whoever got this source, people don't see the dark side of wrestling as far as the traveling. Facts. The traveling is so tough, dealing with all the other things. We have families and all kinds of stuff. The fact that fans show up and spend their hard-earned money and stand in line for hours to shake our hands means the world. Yeah, but it was very overwhelming this weekend. She applauded the people that actually went to the World or go to Fanatics Fest or any fan event that you pay your ticket time with your own money and so on and so forth. Then she goes about, but it was very overwhelming this weekend. There were all the live events. There were the appearances and signing. So if you want to see us, just come see us at our meet and greets. I'm only going to stop when I have time. The majority of the time, we're rushing and going left and right. We did the best we could. We did the best we could do with all the mobs that were going on at the hotel. It's just too much. They're doing so many things, and you expect them to do more for you guys? You got to go to the meet and greets. If the issue is the meet and greets are expensive, I don't know what to tell you. Then make that a complaint. But don't go mobbing people or trying to bother them in their private time. WWE talent shouldn't have to be their own security. They shouldn't have to make split-second decisions in hotel lobbies or about how to de-escalate a situation that TKO security should be worried about. The fan wanted an apology too? I'd argue the locker room is owed one first from TKO, number one, for leaving them exposed all weekend long. So that's my read when it comes to this. CM Punk slapped the phone out of a fan's hand. That happened. I'm not here to pretend it didn't. But the full context, the follow-up footage that we saw the following day, the Bailey go away, the elevator pursuit, the security failure across the entire weekend, that's more important. That's when you get the full context. It's always important to make sure, before you see one clip, to make sure you wonder if that's the full thing or have the benefit of the doubt first. Hopefully. Anyway, the story of this whole IWC debating and arguing is annoying as hell. But anyway, WWE agrees to not give CM Punk no disciplinary action. Fightful confirmed that the locker room agrees too. It's been unanimous. So whatever to all these people getting mad. And to that one fan who had probably every legal option available to him, chose not to sue, not to go to the cops. He wants a handshake and an apology. Whether or not that apology comes, I don't know. But here's what I do know. If the conversation coming out of WrestleMania 42 weekend is CM Punk slapped the phone and not TKO left their entire roster exposed in Las Vegas Casino Hotel for, 5 days? We're pointing the camera at the wrong group. And that should be what the fandom should be really mad about. That's the tea when it comes to freaking CM Punk. If you have any comments about this, drop it below. Did Punk go too far, or did that fan do too much? Where do you land on TKO's security failure? And here, a second question for you guys. If you were a wrestler in that lobby that time and your spouse was being followed, what would you do? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If the tea hit right, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.